All right, so the sauce has started. It's ongoing. Basically, what I have here is people do this differently and from different angles. I've always been saying that cooking is an art. So you can start from the east and end at the west, north end at the south, north end at the northeast, southwest, whichever way. I'm preparing duck sauce. Now, as you've seen in my previous videos, I've already prepared the duck. You should go back and watch everything. It starts with the duck being alive and taking a bath. And then it continues to show we sort of actually taking the life of the duck. Unfortunately, we have to eat it, so we have to take its life. And then take off the feathers, prepare it right from the farmhouse, and then it shows what we did in the kitchen. Prepared it, steamed it up, spices added, fried it, everything. Now we are at this stage where we are preparing the sauce. So as it stands now, I am deciding to prepare the sauce separately up to about 80, up to about 70% ready. And so I'm doing that here. I've already diced up my vegetables. There's a video on that one, so I prepared the vegetables and everything. Now here you are seeing me preparing the blended tomato with the tomato puree, and I've added a bit of 5 fruits of green habanero to add flavor. I don't like artificial spices, so everything I use is natural. I've added blended ginger, blended onions, a bit of blended pepper as well. I want to steam it a bit so the water drains out a bit. Then I'll take it off fire and then I'll prepare and steam my vegetables separately. Yeah, I'm steaming the vegetables separately. I'll cook them up slightly. When they are about 70% ready, then I'll add everything. It's because I don't want to have my vegetables overcooked. I want it such that when the food is ready, you can taste everything when you eat the food. Some people mix it up, like I told you, it's an art, so people go about it differently. Some people mix it up, and when the food is done, you realize vegetables are overcooked. I don't like that. I want it such that if you are chewing on a carrot that is in the sauce, you can tell that the carrot is well cooked. At the same time, you can get the natural taste of the carrot. So it's more of a balance between the natural and the cooked. And that way, it is exquisite when you taste it. Exquisite. I tell you, deliciously exquisite. And it's so succinct, you can't get it wrong when you taste it. You can tell that this came with a mastery and that the one who prepared it was very deliberate in opting to get that particular taste. And I told you that is what I do. So even in preparing this tomato sauce, I just took a little oil. I don't want to take too much of it because I don't also like eating just because I want to eat delicious food and then that delicious food ends up risking my life. I don't want to do that. So there you have it. So it's ongoing, and I'm preparing the sauce for the pork alongside. I have to multitask because I'm behind time. So that is the pork for the sauce for the pork. I'm going to use a different ladle. I don't want to mix it up because it all affects the taste. So hold on and let me get the different ladle. Okay, so that's the sauce for the pork. It's coming along very well. I added some of the pork stock as in, and I steamed the pork. What was left, I added it to it. I have some of the dark stock left. I'll add it too, but I'm just waiting for a while. Like I told you, it's a work in progress. I want everything to simmer down beautifully. And like I mentioned earlier, it's always with mild heat. So if you check, you'll see that the heat is very mild. Yeah, you see it very mild. So it's cooking gently. I could leave this and go and relax for about 5 minutes, and there isn't going to be any disaster here because the heat is very moderate and it's cooking gently. I love that. There are certain things in life you take your time and do it, and that is how you do it very well. You grind it slowly, you push it slowly, and you achieve your objective. Yeah, but slowly and deliberately, of course. So things are coming together. I'll do my best to walk you through every single thing, right down to when the food is ready and I dish it out, just so you appreciate. And I kept telling you, anyone can do this. You just have to be deliberate, especially if you have a family. Cooking for the family, it's a blessing. Actually, it's a blessing. And for the men watching this, it shouldn't always be that every time it's the ladies who are cooking. Take some time, do this for your family, and show them love through your cooking. If you don't know how to cook, stick to this channel. You can learn a lot from here. Simple things, and you can wow your family on a weekend. Today is Sunday, and I'm doing this for my family. And I'm proud to be doing this. My kids are waiting. My wife is able, she was doing this with me earlier, but then it got to a point I told her I can handle the rest. And she's taking a nap. Yeah, they also need to rest. They take care of us, they do so much for us. But sometimes we just need to also step in a bit. There's nothing wrong with you doing this for your family. It's actually a great thing to do. That's just by the way. But if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please go and explain to me why you haven't subscribed. Go to the comment section and explain to me. And after that, subscribe. Or even subscribe first before you explain. That's just by the way. And on the lighter side, of course. So it's ongoing. Let me leave the ladle here. And let's check the pork sauce as well. I want it to just keep going on and the water drains a bit. Yeah, I don't want to rush it. I've told you. So I'll come back and give you updates very soon. Now, from this point, I'm going to add my vegetables, specifically the carrots and the onions. But I'll add the carrots first. So I've added the carrots and now I'm adding the onions. I'm just dropping them in like this. I'm not removing them from the rings. It will separate by itself as it cooks. Yeah. So one here, one here, one here. Let me get some more. And then one here too. Let's add the last one here. Add one here, one here. Let me get some more. And then one more here, one more here, and one more here, one here again, and one more here. Yeah. So at this point, we're almost done. Let me add a bit more carrot. Which is the last one. Eating the last one. At this point, we're almost done. Let me stir up. Now, when we come back again, you would notice that the onions would have separated by itself as it cooks gently. See, the same would have happened here also for the pork and the duck sauce. At this point, I'm just going to cover it and let it, the fire do its magic. So it's almost fully done. This video is ending here. The next video will show the progress from this point right down to when it's completed. I'll show you when I'm adding the meat and the other things that will complete it. As it stands now, it's left with the meat and then the sweet red and green pepper. Those are the last things I'll add. And then I'll leave it to simmer for about 10 minutes and we are good to go. So check out the next video to see how it finally ends.